Hey guys, welcome to Wrestling Days and welcome to today's unseen video. This is where we round up all the big talking points from social media, and this was probably the big talking point today. So J Omega, shout out to you. So wrestlers from AAA that have now signed contracts with WWE. Now obviously the name that jumps out is Del Rio. Obviously, Vikingo is in there. La Parka is in there. Quite a few names I don't recognize, though. But Del Rio is a bit of a surprise. He was in WWE before. He's had a lot of bad press. A lot of people thinking that WWE were not going to keep him around. But it seems like they are keeping him around in AAA. So certainly don't think this means that he's going to be on Raw or SmackDown or anything like that. But it looks like they're going to keep him around in AAA. He is the current AAA champion. So that's kind of what that news said to me. There is a little bit more for us to get our teeth into, though. So, J Omega, shout out to you. In fact, have we got a little bit more here? Here we go. Corey said, Alberto El Patron, also known as Del Rio, is currently the AAA Mega Champion. He is signed to a AAA contract. WWE have acquired AAA, but the sale isn't expected to be finalized until the close of Q3. A lot of things will ultimately be decided once the acquisition is truly finalized. So actually, we don't even know that he has signed any sort of WWE deal. It's just that he is not been let go, and there are rumors that we have had a few people kind of signed over to some sort of new deal. So bit of confusion, but what I feel really confident about is that you're not going to be seeing him on Raw. You're not going to be seeing him on SmackDown. He's going to be staying in AAA if he has now signed that new deal, right? So that was a big talking point today, but a lot of confusion over it. Latin Lover said, confirmed today that Angel and Berto will be the first WWE Superstars that will be at AAA Triplemania Regia, I don't even know what that is, on June 15th. It said that some TNA talent will be a part of that show as well. That'll be good. I'm really tempted to do a watch-along for that, actually. I'd like to have a look at Triplemania. It is their WrestleMania type show. So it's going to be a big deal. Probably lots of surprises and everything there. So yeah, looking forward to that. That is in June. Larry, shout out to you. Just some pictures here of Big E getting engaged to his partner, Michin's sister. I don't know her actual name, but it's Michin's sister. And he's been seeing her for quite a while now. And they got engaged, I believe, today or yesterday, very recently. So big shout out to them. Right, good to get some clarity on this. And again, Larry, thank you. So this from Brian Alvarez on Wrestling Observer Live. He said prior to his release, Riley Osborne reportedly made it clear he did not want to be moved to Evolve. One of the big things was there are people that they want to go and help out in Evolve. And I was told that he did not want to go to Evolve. And he made that very well known. Now, he actually did go to Evolve. And he did help out in Evolve. So he did go there eventually. But seems like there was a bit of reluctance, a bit of resistance. And I wonder if that kind of played a bit of a factor. Not sure. But very interesting to get an update in regards to Riley Osborne. And considering what we'd spoken about yesterday. Dave Meltzer had kind of implied that there was some sort of behind-the-scenes issue, something that wasn't like salary-related or talent-related or age-related, but something else. So good to get a bit more clarity on that. Right, OTC, shout out to you. Chelsea Green has signed a new multi-year deal with WWE. That coming from Fightful Select. And that's obviously going to be very well received by the WWE fans. Okay, so we do have a spoiler. Let's do Raw first, though. The spoiler's not that big of a deal. Look at this. Larry, shout out to you. We spotted this during the watch-along. Wait, hold up. Is that Finn talking with Roxanne? Now, could it be a case that he is trying to get a new partner for Raquel whilst Liv is away. She's only going to be away for about a month or so. And Liv obviously wasn't on the show this week. So, I don't know. What could that be leading to right there? In all fairness, we did see Dominik speaking to, like, Ludwig, speaking to Karrion, and nothing really came of that. So, nothing may come of this either. I mean, honestly, what if they were just talking backstage? What if what if Finn was giving her some advice and we just kind of picked up on it? So maybe something going on there, or maybe they were just genuinely having a chat. Right, we looked at this. We did a separate video on this. I'm just going to quickly show it for those that didn't see that video. Here it is a moment where Jey is greeting the fans, and boom! Knocked out cold by Logan Paul after Raw had ended. Larry, again, shout out to you. Penta has got an updated entrance featuring now tall guitarist Adam Jones. So this was announced on commentary by Michael Cole that tall guitarist Adam Jones had actually laid down, I don't know, a guitar lick or added a little bit of extra to the music. So, yeah, cool. I mean, I didn't really hear a difference, to be honest, but I'm sure you could if you played his old theme with now his slightly updated theme. I'm sure you probably would, but cool. Eating, can't quite make this out. I think it says bussy maybe. Eating bussy cures depression. So, guys, if you are struggling, anyone out there that's kind of going through a tough time, I think this is medically proven. So there we go. So Johnny, thank you. And this gentleman here, thank you as well. So there we go. I know what I'll be doing this weekend. Yeah. Backlash. Edward said Rhea Ripley and Iyo Sky versus Roxanne Perez and Giulia on Raw. Yeah, did wonder if we might get this at Backlash, but nope. Iyo Sky and Rhea Ripley against Roxanne Perez and Giulia. Look at the smile on Grayson's face, and that is just after Sheamus had won. Grayson said, I'm super proud of Theory tonight. That match was an absolute banger. OTC, thank you. That look on his face just as Sheamus got the win. Rhea said, damn, Iyo, looks like you need my help. And I think Iyo actually responded. She said, well, I did what I could tonight. To punish these girls, I need you, and you need me. So there we go. Rhea Ripley keeping an eye on what's happening on Raw, and Iyo responding. To punish these girls, I need you, and you need me. So Iyo, Rhea against Roxanne, Giulia next week. Logan just uploaded this. I only included it, right, because of this guy here. Look at him. Dude looks like he's about to have like a full-blown heart attack. Bang! Look. I don't know if dude for a moment there thought he might get attacked. I mean, clearly he didn't. He thought the show was over. Of course it was. And he didn't see Logan coming in. So as far as he knows, he's standing there and someone has just nailed Jey Uso, right? And he doesn't know it's Logan. He doesn't know if Jey in that moment is not being attacked. So, bang, look. And this dude's like, oh my God, oh my God, oh my God. And I don't think that shock ends as soon as he realizes it was actually Logan Paul, you know? Yeah, his reaction was the whole point in me including that. Pual Heyman trying to get the crowd to sing Seth's song. This was wild, mate. Pual Heyman doing that. Like, even Bron Breakker was enjoying it. And what was brilliant is, look, he knows if he is going to be trying to get the crowd doing it, they ain't going to be interested. And so it's a great way of kind of killing that, you know? Every time Seth comes out now, like, Heyman can be there, like, singing along. And I don't think the crowd will take part in singing along if Heyman is kind of conducting it all. It's clever. I'm enjoying it. I'm enjoying it. Okay, next week, AJ takes on Finn Balor because AJ said he was interested in going after Dominik's title. And so Dominik said to Finn, would you deal with that? Bit of tension between Dominik and Finn, but he said, yeah, of course I will. So AJ, Finn Balor, War Raiders against American Made. Feels like the winner may get a title opportunity. Of course, Iyo Rhea and Roxanne Giulia. Oh, that was great. Monday night is for the fellas. Yes. Sheamus said, hug a ginger today. We have souls. Nice. Well, you could sell it to The Rock. Check this out. I thought the strength and conditioning done at the Performance Center was very beneficial. This is coming from someone who is in the best shape of his career and passed every drug test, except for weed. That was Cameron Grimes, who said, like, he passed every drugs test except for weed, right? Ricochet responded, them fines were worth it, lol. And Cameron Grimes was like, 0 fines. I came in after Riddle. Ricochet, WTF? So that was just a really fun back and forth that played out during Raw on social media. Cameron Grimes and Ricochet talking about the strength and conditioning work that was done at Performance Center. Cameron Grimes saying it was very beneficial and he passed all the drugs tests except for the weed one. So little fun, little back and forth. No one was there to help Iyo. Yeah, I mean, no Asuka, no Kairi, obviously no Dakota because she was released. Obviously no Bayley because, well, she was attacked and we haven't seen her. But not only that, the fact that she is no longer part of Damage Control, but no Damage Control. And we're just not used to that when it comes to, like, Iyo not having any kind of support or help. No one there to help Iyo. Yeah, a very frustrated Karrion I felt. This promo, I've seen people praising it, and if you enjoyed it, brilliant. I found it to be quite flat. I didn't think that he really had much to say. I didn't think the content was anything that interesting. There was nothing there that was that fiery. I mean, if you compare this to what he did on Raw Recap, I mean, it's a million miles away. Of course, he's not going to be shooting in these moments, but he could still have gone a hell of a lot further than he did. And I remember saying during the live stream, like, I really hope that's not it for him today, because if that's the only segment that he's got today, I don't know, I'm sensing frustration. He is someone that absolutely maximizes his minutes, and I found this to be lacking. So I did not, this was not his A game. This was not even his B game. So I don't know, he kind of struck me as a bit of a frustrated, defeated, downtrodden sort of a guy here. I don't know, but that played out. There was an interview with him during the commercial break. Dude didn't even get on the show at all, and he was talking about Sammy and if Sammy had made the right decision. And you know, Sammy's not even involved in anything to do with Karrion right now. So, I mean, there's just nothing there for him, is there? There's just nothing there. Maybe we will build towards him and Sammy, but so frustrating. Why would you do this to me? That was Austin Theory to Grayson Waller. Why would you do this to me? That's what he actually said. It feels like the split between these two is getting ever closer. Finn Balor wearing a Dominik Mysterio shirt, and it feels like the split between him and Dominik can't be that far away. I know we keep teasing it and teasing it and teasing it and teasing it, but surely we get there at some point this year. Maybe SummerSlam? Don't know. Maybe later than that, but surely it's coming. And Brady, shout out to you. Just being pointed out that Raquel isn't holding the tag titles. I don't know that they've scrapped them. I can't go that far. But yeah, we know that Liv's not around at the moment. There's been no word of those being scrapped. But I still thought it was worth including so that people are aware of it. But yeah, I think it's maybe a bit of a jump that it's been scrapped or they've been scrapped at this stage. We'll have a look. Obviously, we'll know more when Liv gets back. Maybe we won't see them until she does. And plus also, what was the Raquel Finn conversation about? Although, as I said, that might have just been them actually talking in real life. and perhaps nothing actually ever comes of that. So, don't know, a few bits to be aware of there from Raw. Thought it was a real solid episode, and we did do the review video on the second channel if you want to dig into that a little bit more. Let's go spoiler. Not the biggest spoiler, but it is about a moment that has not aired yet, right? So you've been warned. So if we go down, here we go. We've got a new Speed champion. El Grande Americano has won the Speed Championship. This was recorded before Raw. Larry, thank you. And Las Vegas, Matt said, before Raw, El Grande defeated Dragon Lee for the Speed Championship, which means on Thursday after he wins, is it Thursday or Wednesday? WWE will have to add El Grande to their superstar list. He's not on there right now. So there's no image for El Grande, but they're going to have to add one because he is now a title holder. Interesting. There's that back and forth between Cameron Grimes and Ricochet. So we've covered that. Oh, yeah, look at this. Larry again, thank you. So this is the Alexa Bliss Big Shots. So this is like one of those like brawling buddy type things. But this is based on her return. Official. It's all official. But look, she's wearing the jacket, the Play, Pain, jackets. And it's like, Alexa, look, friend, fiend. I know a lot of you are going to be very interested in this. So I wanted to make sure that I showed it off. So there we go. Alexa Bliss. Big Shots. Back with this, with the jacket, with her Royal Rumble attire. And very, very cool. Very cool. This is good. So here, we've got what looks to be a game being played by Triple H and Dominik. And it looks like they're playing each other. Of course, they're not really. But look, as soon as he gets the win, look at Triple H. They've timed that so well. Dave, shout out to you. I thought that was really good.
Was it recording though? It was.
Nice. Very, very good. Right. WWE UK. Wrestling's biggest fan, thank you. We're going to have a look at some British slang.
Maybe ignored?
Feliz. Smiley.
What's this? Chuffed. That is pleased. Oh, mate, I'm chuffed. I'm really chuffed about that. Yeah, it's weird, isn't it? I mean, it's so hard to know what a British phrase is and what are used elsewhere. But yeah, chuffed. Oh, mate, I am so chuffed with how that went. Are you happy? Yeah, oh, chuffed. Absolutely chuffed.
Happy? That's easy. Yeah.
Lad.
Bro. Yeah. Surprised?
Gobsmacked. Shocked. Mate, I'm gobsmacked. I'm absolutely gobsmacked that went that way. I cannot believe it. Gobsmacked.
Something like that.
Someone hit you in the head, gobsmacked. Cheeky is kind of cool, I assume.
Chins? That's faff. That sounds good.
Faff. Oh, mate, stop faffing around. What you faffing for? Come on, we've got to go. What you keep faffing? Faff.
Is that like a bar? I feel like that's like a bar, like a...
Brolly. Yeah, it's just short for umbrella. Grab the brolly. It's raining. Don't really say it, to be honest. It's not one I say. People do say it, but I always say umbrella.
What's rid of the brawly?
I knock out. I sleep.
Knackered is like, oh, mate, I am knackered. Been up all night. Just on a night shift. I'm absolutely knackered.
Beloved? I hope so.
Does that mean like I'm fresh?
I have never in my life ever said that, heard that, seen that. I have no idea what that is. I don't know if that's like a regional thing and someone somewhere says it, but I have never heard Menti B.
Fresh? Like, I'm cool, I'm Menti B?
Never heard.
Dodgy. That's a bit dodgy. Sketchy. Yeah, I think sketchy is the right.
Dodgy. Sketchy.
I'm pretty sure that means friend.
Like
a guy.
yeah.
A person.
Yeah.
Maybe ignored?
Feliz.
Ignored. I've been chuffed. It's just funny, isn't it, to look at some of the different sayings around the world. And yeah, those are some British slang phrases. Right, moving on. We've got this from Larry. So Rhea has a new Hot Topic exclusive shirt. So if you go to Hot Topic, you can get this new Rhea Ripley shirts. I didn't even know Hot Topic was still going, to be honest, but very cool. Big Popper Pump Scott Steiner said, let's say you've got 100 average men, no weapons, no training, just fear in their eyes and dad bods in their way. Then you've got one fully grown silverback gorilla, 600 pounds of pure rage, muscle, and tree-ripping power. Now here comes the math. Out of those 100 men, maybe 25% don't even show up once they see the gorilla. That's 25 cowards eliminated immediately. Then you got 33 and a third of them trying to talk it out. They're done. Another 20% just stand there frozen, pee in their pants. Now you're left with about 21 guys, panicked, half committed, getting launched like lawn darts. But what if Big Popper Pump's in the mix? You just tipped the freaking scale. Now it's 100 men versus one gorilla. It's a gorilla versus a genetic freak, and that spells disaster for the gorilla. So a little bit of Steiner math applied to the big question of 100 guys against one gorilla. So J Beans, shout out to you, buds. Yeah, this was great. James, shout out to you. So, dear Seth Rollins, do you also plan on getting an absolutely insane spray tan job to fit in with the rest of your group? That coming from Kevin Owens. Kevin Owens asking a very, very valid question. Farzin, shout out to you. So let's have a look at this clip, shall we? So do you remember this, kids? Jey Uso reached out to him. That was from, was it last week?
Was that your first wrestling show you've been to?
Yeah.
Man, you went viral, you know that?
Yeah. You're the world heavyweight and my favorite wrestler, but while I'm being canceled, I'm gonna beat cancel up like Jey Uso.
Just keep whooping ass. Excuse my French. Jackson, I appreciate you, man. A lot more than you know, for real. Thank you for being my fan. You know, I'm really glad, man. I got a hold of you and I had a chance to talk to you. I have a son your age. I have a real soft spot for you, man. And man, I love you, Jackson. Real talk, man. I appreciate you a lot, man. Very, very inspirational to me, man. You know, like more than you know. You two pops. Keep pushing, man. I can't imagine on what a parent has to go through, you know, every day seeing the child fight for it, man. So, man, my hat's off to you, man. All right, Jackson, be good.
Okay.
All right, man, love you, dog.
Yeet. It's lovely, isn't it? It's lovely. Yeets. Got yeets on the wall over there. So, really, really cool. Right, here, Wrestle Night. Shout out to you, buds. So this was really interesting. This could be a really good app for wrestling fans. So I think it's called Dropkicks. And it's just a way of you kind of sorting out some of your favorite shows. So these are days that made CM Punk want to end himself, right? These are just shows where like things have got like all out in London. Some of the stuff that went down in AEW in 2022. I think, wasn't that when he had a match? And if he'd have won, then I think, didn't like Triple H have to leave or something? So, yeah, these are shows, days that CM Punk probably doesn't look back on with much fondness, right? These are shows where nothing bad happened at all. Just really solid. Like, apparently SmackDown for all of 1999. But, yeah, really solid. SmackDown 2022. It's going to be very bloodline heavy, isn't it? So, again, just sorted out. Matches where the wrestler shizzes in the ring. Matches I be moaning to. The problem is, though, it doesn't have the individual match, does it? I think there's still a bit of work that's needed to be done because it's just got the show graphic, not the match graphic. Like, that doesn't really make any sense when the graphic is SmackDown 2002. So, like, you know, you need the actual individual match from that show. So, probably a bit more work needed there. But here we go. Look, Brink said the app is called Dropkicked. Maybe it's just in its early stages, but yeah, you could maybe compile a list of like these are my favorite ever shows. They need to get matches though with their own graphics if this thing I think is to really work. But yeah, I just saw that. I was like, okay, I see that. A little bit like, I don't know, Letterboxd, but for matches and wrestling. Maybe that's why it's called Dropkicked. You know, maybe something along those lines. Yeah, I saw this and I was like, oh, this is so good. I've got to show this
I
off.
remember Vince wanted me to dress.
So hang on, let's do this. I think I saw this as I was just going through YouTube, yeah? And I was like, I need to show this in Unseen because it's such a good story. Hopefully we can like get to the bulk of it, but it's all about how Vince wanted him to dress as The Rock. He wanted him to dress as The Rock, and The Miz was like, this ain't gonna work. People are gonna know immediately that it's not The Rock. Like, oh God, it's just not gonna work, right?
Oh my God, I'm not going to do this. This is going to be terrible. And by the way, this is when I was WWE champion, and I'm going out there, and this is where I need to make my mark because people are like, oh, he's getting overshadowed by The Rock and John Cena. You know, I was an up-and-comer. And I'm like, oh my God, this is going to be terrible. This is going to be horrible. So I went out there and I said, all right, if he believes it, I'm going to believe it. So all of a sudden, The Rock music hits, and the crowd goes absolutely nuts. I'm talking the place just is insane. They're jumping up. This is when The Rock first came back. Mm-hmm. So it's like people are high-fiving, going nuts, and Vince stands up and goes, wait. And I'm about to go out as The Rock, have sunglasses on, a bald cap on, you know, have his shirt on, and he goes, wait. And I go, okay. And then he goes, now. So he waited for that he waited for the audience to come back down.
Yeah. Right.
So once he waited for them to come down, I enter the arena, and all of a sudden I hear another eruption. They believe it's The Rock.
Right.
But it's me. And I do my Rock stance. I walk out like only The Rock can, and they're still going. And I'm like, when are they going to know that it's not The Rock? So I'm like, well, maybe I'll get another. I take off my sunglasses like The Rock does. Mm-hmm. And they're still good. And they erupt again. And I go, they still don't. I have blue eyes.
Right.
They still don't. They still believe it's The Rock. Like, and then I started walking down. And then they finally started getting that it was me. And then they're like, oh, boo. And I'm the bad guy. And it worked to a T. I get back there and he goes, I told you.
That's
and I go,
so great.
How did you know? He goes, they wanted to believe so much that it's The Rock that they didn't care. They didn't even look. They saw that, they heard the music, and they just started high-fiving. They're not looking at you. They're just so mesmerized by the moment. And I went, this guy's a genius. I remember.
Isn't that amazing? That's just amazing. That is a real glimpse behind the scenes. That is Pardon My Take podcast. That is a brilliant, brilliant story. It is so rare for me to actually, you know, stumble across something whilst I'm just like, you know, online, and to think to myself, I need to include that in Unseen. It's really, I don't even know if I've ever done that before, but I just thought that was such a captivating story, such an interesting story, giving you a glimpse behind the scenes, that I was like, yeah, I need to include that. So yeah, I hope you enjoyed that. Okay, let's have a look, shall we? We've done WWE, we've done the spoiler, we did other, didn't we? No. We did not do other. Oh. Hey, look at this. Wrestling from Madison Square Garden in 1937. This feels like it's from a film, to be honest. I look at this as like the way it's shot and everything. It's too well done. It's too well produced. Like the camera angles and all of that. I sort of feel like, yeah, this is probably from a film. So, but this was apparently shot in Madison Square Garden in 1937. 1937. World War II hasn't even started yet. So kind of crazy, isn't it? So just a little glimpse there of, there we go, look, wrestling tonight at Madison Square Garden. So I don't believe it's the same garden as the one, because the Madison Square Garden's moved a few times. But there we go. I thought that was pretty fun, Larry. Thank you. We obviously spoke about that in the other folder. Peter said it's not just Liv that's doing a film. The new Liam Neeson Naked Gun has got Cody Rhodes on the cast. So it is true he does have a bit of a small part. Sorry to hear that. But he does have a small part in the movie. And it's being teased. Well, I don't even know if it's been teased, actually. I think she might have actually set up a profile on OnlyFans. So there we go. Cora Jade, I would imagine, is going to be making quite a considerable amount of money. Certainly in the short term, maybe in the long term. I'd imagine there'll be plenty of people signing up for her OnlyFans. So, not joking, she's actually made a profile on OnlyFans. So, there we go. Let's go, community. So, Wild Child's Billy, congrats. Tagging in Alicia Taylor. And actually managed to get retweeted by Alicia Taylor as well. So, very good. World Hardcore Wrestling, shout out to you. So this picture of my collection, it's going to be in the background that I'm going to do my podcast with my dads. So look at all this. We got some figures, a replica belt, shirt. We got some photos. We got some pop vinyls, loads of little bits and bobs. So wish you all the very best, buds. Wish you all the best. Hope the podcast is a big success. So very, very cool, my friends. Elite Pro Wrestling Forum said days Ref Jimmy worked the TWA One and Done reunion show this past Saturday. TWA eventually became ECW. Tons of legends in attendance. Thought I would share for the community. So let's go full screen here. So here we have got so this was the show that went down this past weekend. I don't know, was Flair actually at that event, was he? But are these like ones that you met? Was that at that event? One and Done. Looks like, yes, May 3rd. So yeah, I'm guessing he was there. God, look at all this. Star-studded. Certainly plenty of faces I recognise there. So, yeah, very cool. So, Elite Pro Wrestling Forum. Shout out to you, my friends. Looks like you had a fantastic time. And Blue Eyes said before he was the American Nightmare, he was a Mustache Rhodes. This is me back in 2013 with Cody. That is a great picture. And Raymond, congrats, buds. Getting a like from Nikita Lyons. Okay, let's go. Thanks. And let's get out of here. So, Huddle Talk, CM Chunk, Raymond, Jason, Larry, Real John, All Game 17, Chris, Mark, Wrestling's Biggest Fan, Larry, Claire, Sweet Chin Wrestling, Bradley, almost got your name wrong, Big Bam, Jang Tae Sang, Robin, Prime User Sports, Real Wrestling Fan, MLW Flash, Davy Jones. Big thank you for all the support. And yeah, hope you enjoyed our Raw watch along. And of course, this Unseen. We will be back later with NXT. And of course, afterwards, another episode of Unseen. Thanks for watching. Bye for now.